Hey everyone, Todd McBride with Rosenbauer America here on the floor of FDIC 2025 with the all-new Navajo Nation RTX. I want to take a few minutes here and show you some of the features of this new RTX, and we'll start here at the front of the truck with the cab. One of the most impressive features about the RTX is its maneuverability. The cab itself is just 92.5 inches wide, making it really easy to get in or out of some tight spaces. Pair that with the optional all-wheel steering and the turning diameter is reduced to just 47.5 feet, making it extremely maneuverable. We'll move on back. One of the things you'll notice right now is the RTX is actually a little higher off the ground. So it comes standard with adjustable suspension, which gives you 4 different ride heights. In places like Navajo Nation, where they're going to be going off-road quite a bit, it creates a little more ground clearance, allowing them to easily clear obstacles. However, when they get on scene, they can simply lower the truck down, making it easier to get in and out of the cab or get equipment and hose off the truck. In addition to the all-wheel steering, the RTX comes standard with all-wheel drive. Again, in cases like Navajo Nation where they're going off-road a lot, it adds a lot of traction and capability, allowing them to get to places where they normally might not get. Another thing that makes the RTX so versatile is its low center of gravity and its optimized weight and balance. On the RTX itself, we have 2 batteries. The first battery sits between the front and the rear axle, and the second one stands vertically right behind the cab here. So that really helps us keep that weight low, but also helps us optimize that weight and balance between the front and the rear axle, helping us mitigate getting into rollover situations. Another thing that the engineer department has done, or the engineers have done, is we've taken the water tank, which normally would sit over the rear axle on a typical traditional truck, and we've moved that water tank forward and we've lowered it down to sit on top of the frame rails, which also helps optimize both the weight and balance and the center of gravity. One of the greatest features of the RTX and its electric driveline is its lack of noise while on scene, allowing firefighters to hear each other and communicate more efficiently and effectively. One of the features that Navajo Nation chose to go with is our optional power supply unit here. So this is the equivalent of a 6 kilowatt generator that you would typically have on your trucks. Because we have all this energy stored right here, we can simply use it as a generator to power external devices, whether it be ventilation fans or items in your fire station in the event of a power outage or something like that. The pump on the Navajo Nation RTX is the Rosenbauer NH55 1500 GPM pump. A great feature of this pump and the RTX is it does give you full-time pump and roll capabilities, and you couple that with our high pressure attack line, which will put out 100 GPM at 600 PSI, making fires such as car fires, garbage fires, any kind of a nuisance fire a really quick knockdown. And with the booster reel here, we have a quick deploy. And the real beauty of the pump and roll comes from the roof turret located on top of the truck here. The RM35 is a 1,250 gallon per minute roof turret that can be controlled from either inside the cab as you're pulling up to a fire, and there is also a wireless remote located at the pump panel. Moving to the rear of the truck, this is where our pump panel is located. The RTX features the Rosenbauer Logic control system. In this screen, I have all the controls for my intakes, my discharges, as well as a lot of the auxiliary devices, such as my scene lighting across the top of the truck. We have several different modes of scene lighting, including vicinity lighting, which lights up right around the truck. However, if we get on scene and we need to completely light up the scene, I go back into my pump panel and turn all the lights on. So arriving on scene, engaging the pump is as simple as hitting my start button here, and that is automatically going to open my tank to pump and prime the pump. From there, I simply select my discharge, I select my appropriate discharge that I want, and then I can just do a full open, or I can gate that valve. And it's as simple as that for each valve. One of the great things about the RTX and its electric driveline is the removal of the diesel engine that would normally be located here in the cab. Because of the electric driveline and the architecture of the RTX, we are able to create this wide open cab. And that allows us to do many things on scene, whether it be pre-planning or even getting out of the elements halfway through the fire for perhaps a mid-incident briefing, or just rehab and cooling down the firefighters or warming them up depending on the conditions. And one of the greatest features on the RTX is its unmatched ergonomics. When I get on scene, I can lower the vehicle down to just 7 inches off the ground, making it super easy for firefighters to get in or out of the cab, which really helps to reduce sprains and strains on backs, knees, and ankles. And that was Navajo Nation's new RTX. Thanks for joining us. For more information, be sure to follow us on social media.